morning, dear Shem Stars. How are you all, students? I hope you all are safe at your home. Students, today we are starting with the new chapter, that is chapter 12, three-dimensional geometry. Let us first see its introductory part. So first thing that we are going to study is the coordinate axis. In 3D, the coordinate axes of a rectangular Cartesian coordinate system are three mutually perpendicular lines, that is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So hence, when these three are mutually perpendicular axes, they are known as coordinate axes. In case of 2D, it was only x-axis and y-axis, and in case of 3D, it is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Next is the planes. The three planes determined by the pair of axes are the coordinate planes. So these coordinate axes divides the entire area into three planes. These are xy plane, yz plane and zx plane. So students, as the name itself suggests, if it is xy plane, then z coordinate is 0. If it is yz plane, that means z is 0. Sorry, x is 0. And if it is zx plane, that means y is 0. So by this you can make out, if a point lies on the xy plane, it will be of the type x, y, 0. Similarly for the other two planes. Next is the distance formula between any 2 points. So distance between any 2 points P, x1, y1, z1 and Q, x2, y2, z2 is given by PQ mod is equal to whole under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. Student, formula is just similar to that of the 2D, that is 2-dimensional. Here only z coordinate is added. Next formula that we are going to use is the section formula. So in case of section formula, again suppose the points are P and Q, which can be internally be divided in some ratio and externally can be divided. So if they are internally divided in some ratio, suppose m is to n, then internally that point's coordinate is given by mx2 plus nx1 over m plus n. Similarly for the y, similar for the z. And in case of external, the rest of all the things are similar, only plus sign is replaced by the minus sign. Next is the centroid of a triangle. The coordinates of the centroid of a triangle whose vertices are given by x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2 and x3, y3, z3 is given by x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, comma, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3 and z1 plus z2 plus z3 by 3. Student, centroid formula is just similar as we have studied in class 10th, only the z coordinate is added over here. Now the last thing that we need to study in this chapter is octants. Student, the entire plane is divided into 8 octants by the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Now in these octants, the coordinates have different sign. If all the three values are positive, that means the point lies in the first octant. And if x is negative and rest two are positive, then our point lies in the second octant. Similarly for the third, x and y are negative, z is positive. For fourth, x positive, z positive, but y is negative. In fifth octant, x positive, y positive, but z is negative. Sixth octant, x negative, y positive and z as negative. Seventh octant, x negative, y negative and z negative. In eighth octant, x positive, y negative and z negative. Now, how to remember these formulas or these octants, that which point lies where? So it is very easy to make this table. If you remember your 10th class geometry and 11th class geometry, that the whole plane is divided into 4 quadrants. In that quadrant you know how to place the points because you have studied that coordinate geometry starting from class 6 onwards. So here what you need to remember, look in the first octant and in the fifth octant x and y are same. In second octant and in sixth octant again x and y are same. In third and seventh x and y are same. In fourth and eighth x and y are same. And in case of z, first 4 are positive, next 4 are negative. So this is the way to revise this table. Once you know this table, our first 4 values, that is in first, second, third and fourth, you already know that x and y places their value in which way. Only we need to remember for till 8th octant. I hope this is clear to you all. So this is what you need to revise today. And tomorrow we will be starting with the exercise 12.1 based on these formulas. That's all for today, students. Do revise what we have done in the class. And if you have any query, please feel free to ask on the Google Classroom. Take care and have a great day ahead.